So, reviewing Ninja Turtles Season 2, Episode 2, Invasion of the Squirrelanoids. I really like this episode. It's basically a parody of Aliens, which is probably a very rated R movie. So, this episode's about the turtles previously who accidentally dropped a bunch of mutagen in New York, and now they're on the hunt for it. And as we saw, a squirrel got a little bit into the mutagen, and we found out where that squirrel went to. The turtles basically are bored on patrol, but Mikey's too busy reading horror comics. And so basically the turtles go to some movie theater, and they find this one homeless looking guy getting attacked by a squirrel. And they think it's harmless, of course, but then the fangs come out, and then the turtles freak out, as shown in this photo. Donnie even finds a sample of the mutagen. They end up taking the guy with them. And I love the funny part where Leonardo literally tries to explain why there's a stranger. I just love the part where Splinter's like, please tell me, well, you have brought a complete stranger to our secret hidden lair. It's just funny. And so basically they try to have an operation on the guy, but eventually the squirrel literally comes out of the guy's stomach. It's gross. Like the puking part was just like ugh. And then like two squirrels. Even when Donnie x-rays them and Mikey compares it to the comic. And then the turtles are basically chasing the squirrel. I like the part where Raph kicks the guy out, and he's just like, well, our friend's gone. And then there's a bunch of squirrels just running around the Ninja Turtle lair. And one thing that's notable in this episode is we finally see one of Mikey's room. So the turtles do have rooms, we just don't really see them. Like we've seen Raph's, which we see later in the season. We just see Mikey's. We don't know what Donnie's and Leo's look like. There were some comics that showed their rooms, but we don't know. I'm analyzing Ninja Turtle rooms. And Mikey's room is basically a lot. Like, he has for some reason he has a cardboard cutout of Chris Bradford, even though he's their enemy. I guess he still liked the guy before? Who knows? He has old pizza. Mikey wears underwear for some reason. Who knows how he found it? Even Raph wonders. And Mikey has a lot of action figures. Mikey's room is honestly cool. It's really cool. Who knows how the turtles got their rooms? I wish we could have explored more. I know later in the show they show how they found the sewer lair, which is an awesome. Honestly, the turtle lair is honestly amazing to look at. So anyway, I kind of got off a little off topic, but anyway, the squirrel literally goes into Raphael, and he is just freaking out, and Mikey's like, Raph! And I was wondering, when I saw this when I was little, I was wondering, how are you going to get the squirrel out of him? And then Donnie is just like, I'm trying to hear the squirrel, and then he pulls out a saw, and then it looks like he's going to cut it into Raph. But no, he's just joking, and then the squirrel then literally comes out of Raph's mouth. It's pretty gross. And then more squirrels come, and then they start glowing, and then they become the Squirrelanoid. So the design of the Squirrelanoid is clearly based off the alien. Come on, it even has a little fang coming out of his mouth. And look at that design. The Squirrelanoid is really well done. Even the action figure is really cool. I have his action figure. I had it for years, but it's really awesome. And so the turtles basically are fighting these Squirrelanoids. Even earlier, Splinter figures out what's going on, because they tried. When Splinter was in a deep meditation state, the turtles try to do it quietly to get the squirrels, but no, it screams, and it wakes up Splinter, and he puts a crate on it, even though we've never seen those crates before. And so the turtles then fight the Squirrelanoids, and they basically Splinter gives them the goal of showing the worthiness of the ninja, I guess. And then basically, they're looking for the Squirrelanoids so they won't get into the city. And Donnie uses Metalhead, and then I love the part where Splinter's like, even when the Metalhead's like zoomed in, Splinter like looks at it and he's just like, what's gonna happen? And then Metalhead gets his head chopped off, poor little guy. And then Donnie's just like, I'll make you better. And then the turtles decide to split up and go into the sewer and try to take down these Squirrelanoids. And so, even Raph starts to get interested in Mikey's comic, even though it's kind of bizarre. Like, it's showing squirrels in people's butts. Like, it's like they're like paralleling this story with the comic, kind of like how when the turtles watch Space Heroes, their missions are similar to those missions of those space heroes are kind of similar to their adventures. So anyway, the turtles do try to take on the Squirrelanoids. They get to the sewer drain, and then Mikey has a plan. As they are surrounded, Raph says, sweet muttered mutations. Like, they all get surrounded by these Squirrelanoids, as I just said, and then Mikey gets up and they think they ditched him. The turtles think he did it. But Mikey then decided to distract the Squirrelanoids with popcorn. And then Mikey then floods the sewer with water, and then the sewer drain, and then Mikey ends up getting grabbed by one of the Squirrelanoids, and you think he's about to drown. It's kind of a dark moment. But then Raph comes in and saves him. Even when the Squirrelanoid's about to lunge at him again, he just throws it. And so the episode ends with the turtles celebrating, but even though it was revealed the Squirrelanoids are still around, they capture the construction worker guy in the sewer. Even Mikey shows comics and they have returned. Nice parallel. So this was a really great episode. I'm not gonna lie. If it was simple, there were some nitpicks I had, but it doesn't ruin my overall view of the episode. Like, I liked how Raph and Mikey had more moments together than usually. Raph's making fun of Mikey or being a bully. But this episode was definitely fun. It was nice seeing a story that doesn't have Krang, Shredder. It's just a simple, fun story they wanted to do. And I definitely was getting an alien movie vibe from this. Like, this is like a lot of pop culture references for sure this season. Like, I think there's even Lord of the Rings references in the Mazes and Mutants episode. So I honestly rate this episode like a 10 out of 10. It's classic. It's a classic episode. And I got a personal story to share. So when I was younger, I used to go to church, and I brought my own Ninja Turtle comics there, and I did something similar what they were doing, where Mikey was paralleling what's happening in them through the comic, and I did that with my Ninja Turtle comics as just for fun, and it was quite a story. So that's what felt refreshing about this episode for sure, through my childhood memories. So I think I rambled on about this episode. I think the next episode is Follow the Leader. I think we see the Foot Clan return again. So with that said, thanks for watching in Turtle Power.